Hi there, welcome back. We'll dive into the team lists for round 6. The round 6 draw, kicking off on Thursday night footy, with Dolphins at home at Suncorp Stadium against the Panthers. Friday doubleheader Game 1 sees the Dragons hosting the Titans at Wynn Stadium, and onto our second fixture sees Broncos at home at Suncorp Stadium against the Roosters. On Super Saturday, the first fixture at Shark Park sees the Sharks against the Sea Eagles. Second game is at Optus Stadium with Rabbitohs against Cowboys. Closing out the Saturday, we are headed to Darwin where Eels will face off against the Raiders. On to Sunday football, Storm at Amy Park against the Warriors, and closing out the round the Knights against the West Tigers at McDonald Jones Stadium. Dolphins, skipper Tom Gilbert set to make his return from a suspension. Tom Gilbert starting in the second row, Max Plath moving to lock, Felice Kaufusi to prop and Mark Nichols to the bench. Panthers, Dylan Edwards and Scott Sorensen return is a major boost for the struggling Premiers. Blaze Talagi will wear the number 6 with Jack Cole placed in the concussion protocols, while hooker Luke Summerton is set as Mitch Kenny's replacement. Dragons team news, Shane Flanagan has stuck with the same 17. Titans team news, Beau Fermor reverts to the back row while Philip Sami will move back inside from the wing. Tony Francis keeps his spot, with Sam Verrills return to the starting side and pushes Chris Randall to lock, who will have to replace his suspended captain Tino Fasuamaleaui. David Fifita drops back to the bench. Broncos, Brendan Piakura suspended, Jayden Hunt is set to start for the first time this season, and veteran Martin Tapau comes onto the bench. Roosters team news, Chad Townsend endured a difficult night against the Bunnies and he has paid the price with Hugo Savala replacing him at halfback. Lindsay Collins MCL injury in round 5 and with Nat Butcher moved to prop. Victor Radley missed last week with a cheekbone injury but has returned to the fold and will take over at lock. Sharks team news, Mawene Hiroti will continue in the centres with Kyle Iro still sidelined with a hamstring injury. Teg Wilton is back on deck after missing the heartbreaking loss to the Raiders due to illness. Billy Burns drops out of the side. Sifa Talakai will also return. Tuku Hautapuha is the man who makes way on the bench. Sea Eagles, prop Josh Aloiai will make his return with Tofofoa Sipley shifting to the bench and Corey Waddell suspended. Rabbitohs, Latrell Mitchell will captain South Sydney and line up at 5/8. Jaden Sullivan joins Mitchell in the halves, with Alex Johnston returning from a rib injury, and Ewan Aitken is set to play his first game of the season. Cowboys, Ruben Cotter has successfully overcome the illness that kept him out of last Friday's win over Penrith. The co-captain's return will see Sam McIntyre revert to the bench. Eels, Bailey Simonson is in line to play his first NRL game since rupturing his ACL in round 13 last year after Zach Lomax fractured his foot, the only late change for the Eels. The Raiders look set to field an unchanged side in Darwin on Saturday night after coach Ricky Stewart stuck with the same squad that defeated the Sharks last week. The Storms will field the same 17 from last week. Warriors, Rocco Berry is set to return from a hamstring injury in the centres, with Adam Pompey shifting to the wing and Ed Kosei dropping back to the reserves. Forward Erin Clark plays his 100th NRL match. Knights, Phoenix Crossland lines up at halfback, with Jaden Brayley shifting to hooker. Kyle McCarthy in as James Schiller's replacement, while Kai Pearce-Paul and Brodie Jones return to the forward pack. Tyrone Thompson and Matt Arthur make their club debuts off the bench. Tigers team news, Luke Laulilii makes way on the wing for Gerald Scleeton. In another major boost, Jerome Luai will return and take his number 7 jersey. Samuel Fainu is back on deck. As a result, Jack Bird returns to the bench. Thanks for watching. See you on my many rugby league contents.